a new video of Masters Academy, SSLC NCERT. Topic: Refraction, Image Formation by Lens. Prepared by Santosh Kumar PK. Converging action of convex lens. Convex lens is also known as a converging lens because it converges all the rays which are falling on it into a particular point. Let us consider the rays are coming from a distant object, that is the object at infinity. The rays which are parallel to the principal axis, after passing through the lens, it undergoes refraction and the refracted rays are converged at a particular point, and that point is known as the principal focus of the lens. So a lens will be having two principal focus on either side. The distance between the principal focus and the optic center is what we call it as focal length. Here f1 and f2 are the two principal focus on left side and right side. Next, diverging action of concave lens. Concave lens is known as a diverging lens because it diverges the rays falling on it. Whenever a ray is incident on the concave lens, after refraction it diverges. That means the refracted ray will never meet at any point. So whenever it is drawn backward, it appears to come from the point, and that point is known as the principal focus. Here f1 is the principal focus. Here the two rays after refraction they will diverge. When they are joined backwards or extended backwards, they appears to come from the point f1. Image formation in lenses using ray diagram. First one, a ray of light from the object parallel to the principal axis after refraction from a convex lens passes through the principal focus on the other side. Let us consider a convex lens. A ray of light which is parallel to the principal axis, after refraction it passes through the principal focus. This is in case of a convex lens. In case of a concave lens, the ray appears to diverge from the principal focus located on the same side. So this ray is parallel to the principal axis. After refraction, it is a diverged ray. Whenever it is drawn backward, it appears to pass through the principal focus. Second case, a ray of light passing through a principal focus after refraction from a convex lens, it will emerge parallel to the principal axis. Now, let us consider a ray which is passing through the principal focus. When it is incident on a convex lens, after refraction, it emerges parallel to the principal axis in case of a convex lens. Now, in case of a concave lens, a ray of light appearing to meet at the principal focus of a convex lens after refraction, it will emerge parallel to the principal axis. Now, this is the ray which is incident on the lens such that it is appear to meet at the point focus. Now, this ray after refraction, it will emerge parallel to the principal axis. Next case, a ray of light passing through the optic center of a lens, it will emerge without any deviation. Now, let us consider a convex lens. Here, the ray which is falling on the optic center, the ray which is incident on the optic center, it moves without any deviation. This is the incident ray and this is the emergent ray. They are in the same direction, that is, there is no any deviation. Now, in case of a concave lens also, the ray which is incident on the optic center, the refracted ray will emerge without any deviation. Let us discuss the image formation in convex lens. First case, when the object is at infinity, then the image is formed at focus f2. Now, let us consider you are having an object at infinity. These are the rays which are coming from the infinite object. Since we know that the rays coming from the infinite object are parallel rays, the rays after refraction from the lens, it will meet at the point f2. Therefore, here a real and inverted image is formed, and the size of the image is highly diminished and point-sized image. Whenever an object is kept behind 2f1, that is, here let us consider this is the lens and this is the object AB which is behind 2f1, that is beyond C1. So let us consider two rays. First ray is parallel to the principal axis. After refraction, it will pass through the f2. Another ray which is passing through the optic center, it moves without any deviation. Therefore, the two rays will meet at the point. Here a image is formed and the point is between f2 and 2f2. That means whenever an object is behind 2f1, the image is formed between f2 and 2f2, and again height of the image or size of the image is less than that of the object, therefore it is a diminished image, and the image is formed downwards, therefore it is a real and inverted image. Next case, when the object is at 2f1, then the image is formed at 2f2. Now let us consider an object AB, it is at 2f1. Two rays again, one ray parallel to principal axis, after refraction pass through f2. Another ray passing through the optic center will move without any deviation. These two rays meet at the point and it is exactly at 2f2. Here the image is inverted, therefore it is real and inverted image, and since it is formed at f2, that is 2f2, here the object is at 2f1 and image is at 2f2, the size of the image will be same as that of the object. Therefore the image formed is same size and real and inverted. Next, when the object is kept between f1 and 2f1. Let us consider the object A, B, which is kept between f1 and 2f1. So two rays, one ray parallel to the principal axis, it moves through f2. Another ray which is moving through or passing through the optic center moves without any deviation. These two rays when extended, it meet at the point here. This is the image point A dash B dash. Now here it is also formed downwards, that is below the principal axis, therefore it is a real and inverted image. The size of the image is enlarged than that of the object and the image is formed beyond 2f2. When the object is at focus f1, then the image is formed at infinity. Now let us consider the object AB is kept at f1, then the ray which is parallel to the principal axis after refraction passes through f2. Another ray passing through optic center, it moves without any deviation. These two rays will meet at infinity. Therefore the size of the image will be enlarged or highly enlarged than that of the object, and again it is a real and inverted image. Now when the object is kept between f1 and optic center O, that is it is between f1 and O, then the image will be formed on the same side of the lens. Now let us consider AB. It is kept between f1 and O. So two rays, one ray parallel to principal axis pass through f2, another ray through the optic center, it moves without any deviation. Now these two rays will never meet on this right side. So when it is drawn backward, it appears to come from a point. It is known as the image point. Here A dash B dash is the image. So it is formed on the same side of the object and it is above the principal axis, therefore it is a virtual and erect image, and the size of the image is highly enlarged than that of the object. Let us discuss the position of image, its relative size and nature with respect to different position of the object. First one, when the object is at infinity, the image is formed at focus f2. It is highly diminished and point size image. So nature of image is real and inverted. When the object is kept beyond 2f1, the image is formed between f2 and 2f2. The relative size of the image with respect to object is diminished. Again, the nature is real and inverted. When the object is kept at 2f1, the image is also formed at 2f2. The image is same size as that of the object. It is again a real and inverted image. When the object is kept between f1 and 2f1, the image is formed beyond 2f2. It is an enlarged image. Again, it is a real and inverted image. When the object is at focus f1, image is formed at infinity. The image is highly enlarged than the object. It is also a real and inverted image. Now, when the object is between focus f1 and optic center O, the image is formed on the same side of the lens and it is an enlarged image, and the nature of image is virtual and erect. In all the cases, in case of a convex lens, we will get a real and inverted image except one case, that is the object is kept between focus and optic center. In this case, we will get a virtual and erect image. Image formation in concave lens. When the object is at infinity, then the image is formed at focus. Now let us consider the object at infinity. The rays which are coming to the lens are parallel rays. So the parallel rays after refraction from the concave lens, it will diverge. The diverged rays will never meet at any point on the right side. Therefore, whenever they are drawn backward, it appears to come from the point that is known as the principal focus. Here it is a highly diminished and point sized image, so it is formed on the same side of the object, therefore it is a virtual and erect image. When the object is between infinity and optic center O, that is in between any point between infinity and optic center. So let us consider AB is the object. It is between f1 and 2f1. Let us consider two rays. One ray parallel to the principal axis, it diverges. So when it's drawn backward, it appears to come from f1. Another ray which is passing through the optic center, it moves without any deviation, so it is drawn backward. So now these two rays will meet at the point between f1 and O, that is the image is formed between f1 and O. It is a virtual and erect image. Size is small compared to the object, therefore the image is diminished. The position, nature and size of the image with respect to object. First case, when the object is at infinity, the image is formed at focus f1, highly diminished point sized image. it is virtual and erect. When the object is between infinity and optic center O, then the image is found between focus and optic center. It is again a diminished image, virtual and erect image. Dear friends, if you find this video useful, then please subscribe to our channel and share it to your friends. Thank you.